This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 7th day of October in the year 2021. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here's what we're tracking tonight. The 24-year-old laborer who has been accused of starting the fire that gutted the Brigdan police station was today charged with setting fire to a building that belongs to the state, and he was remanded to jail. The accused, Clarence Green, appeared before the chief magistrate with his attorneys Ronald Daniels and Cassandra Jefford at his side. While in court, he was not required to enter a plea to the indictable charge. He declared his innocence to the media on the outside while being taken away by the police.
Start building, right? I mean, no, not work with Guyana and if I start, I mean, like I say, so I like me, I look into this matter serious because the time frame charge.
So you did it? You didn't do it?
You didn't do it, sir.
No, madam, I didn't do nothing like this here. The time frame charge me.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. I like me, I look into this matter seriously, right?
During the court appearance, the police prosecutor told the court that the accused confessed to the crime during a video recorded interview. The court was told that a video recording as well as an audio recording of the alleged confession will be presented during the case as evidence. The Guyana police force has claimed that the man confessed to starting the fire, and although the man later told his attorneys that he never made any such confession and was forced to sign a statement he could not read, the police said it was standing by the alleged confession. The Brigdan police station was gutted by fire on Saturday, leaving nothing more than ashes behind them. The operations of the police station have now been relocated to the nearby St. Stanislaus College. The accused, Clarence Green, was arrested by the police early on Saturday morning as a suspect in an armed robbery case. He was also charged for that crime today and refused bail also. He's accused of robbing a woman of a cell phone at gunpoint. The man has also denied that accusation. More news coming up in just a moment.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say. But now that it's here, it will change life forever. And it is here to stay. The future is now. Transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
Strap in.
You know that it is a fact. The deal on wheels is back.
For family,
Deal on wheels.
for security,
That's a fact.
for fun.
Deal on wheels.
Republic Bank Deal on Wheels is back. With same-day approval, reduced equity, longer repayment terms, and more. Plus, 3 lucky winners would win $100,000 each. Get the ride for you at Republic Bank.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
Let GBTI make your dreams of owning a home a reality. Buy or build your home with us. Let us help you to completely outfit your home and make it move-in ready. Need to purchase land? We finance that too. Benefit from our 10% down payment and interest rates as low as 4.25%. Calculated on the reducing balance with up to 30 years to repay. Switch your mortgage to us and learn about benefiting from the equity in your home. Invest wisely. Apply online or call your branch to schedule an appointment. GBTI. We see Guyana through your eyes.
Welcome back. On the same day that the Guyana police force went ahead and charged laborer Clarence Green with setting fire to the Brigdan police station, the Guyana Fire Service announced that while it has concluded that the cause of the fire was arson, none of the prisoners, including Green, made any confession to its investigators about starting the blaze. The Guyana police force is relying heavily on an alleged confession it announced it has of Green admitting to starting the fire. In addition to being interviewed by the police, all of the prisoners who were in the lockups at the time of the blaze were also interviewed by the fire service as part of its investigations. There were no confessions made during the fire service interviews. Fire Prevention Officer Sheldon Sons said the fire service was very thorough with its investigations, and the investigations have been completed.
I must say that it was a coordinated effort among the Guyana Fire Service and the Guyana Police Force. There were several procedures undertaken in trying to ascertain the cause of that fire. Such procedures would have included interviews, the layout of the fire scene, and also the collection of debris. At this point, it is concluded that the supposed cause for the Brickdam police station fire was suspected arson.
The fire prevention officer also explained the determination of the cause of the fire being arson was based on evidence collected at the scene and various statements taken from the prisoners who were interviewed. The fire service was summoned to the Brickdam police station just after 11 o'clock last Saturday morning, as heavy smoke was seen billowing from one of the wooden buildings at the complex. Within minutes, the fire engulfed several buildings and departments, flattening most of the wooden buildings in the compound.
That's going to be the distance away from the cells and the administrative building, which house the fraud section. All right? So the distance between the respective buildings was approximately 1.5 feet, and that's an approximation. So they weren't far from each other. All right? The fire started on the second floor of the administrative building in the fraud department.
The fire service has faced criticism for its response to the fire, but it was explained today that several fire tenders responded from various locations and the firemen did their best to douse the fire that engulfed the old wooden structures. Acting Fire Chief Gregory Wickham told reporters today that the fire service has already taken steps to ensure it improves in its performance when responding to fire emergencies.
Yes, the President gave a comment on how he viewed the operation of the fire department, and the President has a right as the head of state, because the government of Guyana has over the years and has continued to expend lots of monies, millions of dollars, to ensure that the fire service is kitted out with the right tools and equipment and the PPEs for us to perform our duties. Yes, the fire service realized that at that fire specifically, that there were highs and lows points that we need to improve on, and so we would have taken the necessary steps to ensure that we improve our performance, because we are confident, we know that we have the support when it comes to equipment and the tools for us to perform our tasks.
Wickham took over as fire chief 2 days ago after the government sent Fire Chief Calamidine Idu on leave. Meanwhile, the fire service revealed today that it has seen a big increase in reports of fires since the start of this year, and the trend is worrying. A female patient of the Georgetown Hospital was found dead in the washroom of one of the female wards, and it is suspected that she may have taken her own life. In a statement issued this afternoon, the Georgetown Hospital indicated that a woman's lifeless body was found just after 11 o'clock this morning. The Guyana Police Force and the family of the woman were immediately contacted by members of the hospital's management. The statement did not provide details about the woman, but the hospital said a team has been identified to support the family of the deceased and provide provide the necessary information to assist the police with its investigations. The hospital said it remains dedicated to providing the best care to the most acutely ill and injured patients and is deeply saddened that a death occurred. The Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, today warned medical practitioners that they must be thorough in screening persons who require vaccine exemption letters. Many persons who have underlying medical conditions have been meeting with their doctors for information about the COVID-19 vaccines and whether they could be exempted because of their medical condition. The Health Minister explained today that not everyone with an underlying condition could be exempted from the vaccination drive.
The only reason why you would get an exemption, there are probably two reasons. One is that if you have an allergy to one of the vaccines that we're using, then you can be exempted. And secondly, if the components of which the vaccine is made of, if you're allergic to one of those components, then you can be exempted.
Dr. Anthony also said 99% of the medical conditions would not be affected by vaccination.
So if there's that tiny 1% of people, if you fall within that very small category, then the doctor who is seeing you should advise, and those letters should come to the CMO for a counter-signature, and then we'll be able to grant it.
The Health Minister has issued a warning to medical practitioners who have been issuing vaccination exemption letters without doing sufficient investigation of the patient's condition.
I know some people have been issuing exemptions, but the exemptions cannot be based on any serious medical illness. And so some of those letters that have been issued, we are investigating them. And if they were issued without proper medical information, let's say somebody just write a letter of exemption without doing proper medical investigations and so forth, and that person warrants the exemption, then we are going to put those medical practitioners before the medical council.
While the government continues to say vaccination against COVID-19 is not mandatory in Guyana, it has put several requirements in place that forces vaccination. The ExxonMobil company today announced that it has increased its estimate of the discovered recoverable resource for the Stabroek Block offshore Guyana to approximately 10 billion oil equivalent barrels. The company has announced a new discovery at the Cataback 1 well, which brings the total significant discoveries to more than 20 within the Stabroek Block. Exxon said the Cataback 1 well encountered 243 feet of net pay in high-quality hydrocarbon-bearing sandstone reservoirs. It is located approximately 3.7 miles east of the Turbo 1 well. According to the company's Senior Vice President of Exploration and New Ventures, Mike Cousins, the newest discovery adds to the resource in the Turbot and Triple Tail area, enhancing the development project potential. The president of ExxonMobil Guyana, Alastair Rutledge, said recent discoveries and ongoing projects continue to contribute to the advancement of the Guyanese economy.
Now, for us, it's very important that the people of Guyana feel the benefit of not just the revenues that are generated from the natural resource, but also from the investment activities, the development activities, the work that's needed to produce the oil and gas. And so, again, you look back and you say, we've made remarkable progress since 2015, since that first discovery. More than $500 million US dollars have been spent with local companies, local businesses. More than 800 local businessmen, companies are involved in the supply chain for our business. These are significant progress milestones in a very short space of time when you think of the scale of the industry and what it takes to move forward. And remember, we only have one project so far started up.
And with the arrival of the Unity FPSO later this year and its startup in the first half of next year, Exxon Guyana expects to increase the current production capacity.
Now, what that means, of course, is that we will be almost trebling the revenue stream to the government. And that's great news for the government. We'll have more funds to invest, whether it be in education, infrastructure, and other projects for the benefit of all the people in Guyana.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Natural Resources said it is very pleased with the latest discovery. Motorists are beginning to get some ease at the pump following the government's announcement of a further reduction in the excise tax on gasoline and diesel to ease the domestic impact of the continuous rise in the world market price for fuel. The minister responsible for finance, Dr. Ashley Singh, announced last evening that the excise tax rate in both gasoline and diesel will be reduced from 35% to 20% with immediate effect from last evening. The reduction will aid in cushioning the impact of the rising fuel prices globally. With the reduction in the excise tax, the price for gasoline was expected to be reduced from $213 per litre to $198 per litre, and the price for diesel from $200 per litre to $185 per litre. Earlier this year, the excise tax was reduced from 50% to 35%. In the past few months, oil prices have continued to rise steadily on the international market, moving from $60 per barrel to over $80 per barrel. The senior minister responsible for finance said the adjustment in the excise tax rate on fuel from time to time is part of the measures that the government will implement to cushion the domestic impact of the world market price fluctuations. Deputy Police Superintendent Dexter Brown was remanded to jail yesterday after he was charged with trafficking more than 20 pounds of marijuana. The police officer appeared at the Vigilance Magistrates Court before Magistrate Fabio Azor. The magistrate remanded the accused police officer to jail until the 2nd of November, when the case will continue. Officer Brown was arrested on the 1st of October after the marijuana was found in a car that he was driving. On the same night, he eluded a police roadblock in Region 5, but was intercepted at Mahaika. The large parcels of marijuana were discovered in the trunk of the car.
You think about looking fly? Let me tell you where to stop by. Braiders Hair Store, they got you. Braiders Hair Store, they got you. They got the expression braids, natural twists and water wave, no locks, afro kinky, butterfly locks, and so much more. Come and get your braids right here now. We got any length you need, any color that makes you happy. Braiders Hair Store, 236 South Road, Lacey Town, Georgetown. Give us a call on 227-0554. Come and get your braids right here now.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right, walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong, be the one to live right.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say. But now that it's here, it will change life forever. And it is here to stay. The future is now. Transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyoil's Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyoil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, let's begin in neighboring Brazil, where the Pfizer company will study the effectiveness of its vaccine against COVID-19 by inoculating the whole population over the age of 12 in a town in southern Brazil, the company has announced. The study will be conducted in Toledo with a population of 143,000 in the West Parana state, together with Brazil's national vaccination program. Pfizer said the purpose was to study the behavior of COVID-19 in a real-life scenario after the population has been vaccinated. The company also said the initiative is the first and only of its kind to be undertaken in a developing country, in collaboration with a pharmaceutical company. The newly elected government in the Bahamas is moving to repatriate more than 1,000 Haitian nationals who made a dangerous crossing over to the islands. In the past week, the administration of Prime Minister Philip Davis airlifted more than 500 Haitians. Bahamian officials had expressed fears about the country being overwhelmed by persons arriving by boat in the aftermath of the recent earthquake in Haiti and the early July assassination of President Jovenel Moïse. Recent arrivals of large groups of Haitians have confirmed fears that economic and political instability at home would convert into the arrival of the Haitian refugees seeking to settle in the Bahamas. The Labor and Immigration Minister in the Bahamas, Keith Bell, told reporters that by this weekend an additional 1,000 Haitians will be sent back home. And finally, at this time, international news. The number of countries on the UK COVID travel red list will be cut from 54 to 7, the government has announced. South Africa, Brazil and Mexico will come off the list, which requires travelers to quarantine in an approved hotel at their cost for 10 full days. The Transport Secretary Grant Shapps said the changes will begin on Monday and marks the next step in opening travel to the UK. The latest move will be seen as a boost to the airline industry and families separated during the pandemic. Panama, Colombia, Venezuela, Peru, Ecuador, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic remain on the red list. Pandemic travel rules in the UK have recently been simplified, with the amber list cut and advice against holidays changed for 32 countries. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.